Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Cosmic Weather Report, Big Apple Mountain Tarot. I'm Mike Rusnak.
I'm Everest Hall. Today we are going to be speaking to everyone about the new moon in Taurus happening May 7th / 8th, depending on where you are.
That's right. It's 8:22 p.m. Pacific on May 7th, and it's 4:22 a.m. May 8th, Greenwich Mean Time. I don't want to get too lost in the weeds right here about Taurus because there's so much to say about Taurus, and this is the Taurus new moon.
Yes.
New moons are always about planting seeds of expansion, right? And you can't get something without doing something.
No,
right?
you
don't
can't.
just get without putting in some action.
Effort's got to be put into it.
Yeah, and that's why Taurus is always Beltane, right?
Exactly.
Time to plant.
Time to
plant. Time to invest. Thinking about Taurian themes, right?
Right, thinking about Taurian themes. So just to go back a little bit, Aries represents the head, so it's like the first sign, it's spring.
Yeah.
Taurus is the throat and the mouth and how we kind of eat and drink and nourish ourselves as the senses.
What we consume, right? It's the five senses, right?
Yeah.
The Pentacles, 5 senses, 5 points. If Aries is I am, right?
Yeah.
Taurus is I have.
I have. And it reminds me of, it's kind of like those personal choices you make early on where when you're a toddler and you decide not to eat or you decide to eat, or you make these decisions on taste and preferences, and it has a lot to do with personal taste, personal preference, and personal values.
We say the word values so many times. So we use that so much that we forget what values means, right?
What does values mean to you?
It means creativity, honesty, respect, loyalty,
Trustworthiness.
humility, gratitude, integrity, awareness, adaptability, compassion, responsibility, dependability, leadership.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Taurus rules what? Earthly delights,
Pleasures,
animal appetites, material possessions.
Yes.
Now,
all the deliciousness.
That's right. All the deliciousness in life. Now, I'm taking this hat off.
Okay, do it.
Now, if you're joining us and you're watching us online, you have electricity and you have the internet. And that puts you ahead of much of the planet.
Yes, and much of the history of mankind.
There's something about the sign of Taurus that could be very triggering to people when they think about materialism and possessions.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I want more. I want more. I want to have this. I want to have that. But to live in that state of want, right? Wants push things away from gifts.
It seems a little counterintuitive to when we say that you can't get things by saying you want it, by desire. Desire already has an emptiness in it and a need and a hunger.
It makes you hungry.
It makes you hungrier.
Yeah.
You know, and like that want is unsatiated. It's forever. But if you kind of are in abundance,
or living in gratitude and living in appreciation for what you already have.
Right.
Knowing that you will grow, that you will get more. But the point about this is that the belief and the faith that abundance is coming needs to outweigh the fear that you're going to lose something.
Right.
That you're not going to get it.
No.
That you're going to remain hungry. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the Taurus is represented usually by the bull. So if we imagine, so where we live, there's a lot of cows. There's a lot of bovine energy out here. And the cow is, the bull is very methodical and slow moving. You can imagine it's very kind of steady and trustworthy. If the bull, we were talking about this yesterday and I had this idea, if the bull isn't given purpose and given a job to do, it can get very lazy. And it can kind of fall into a pleasure vortex. You know, if you think of Ferdinand the Bull, he's like the greatest Taurian.
I'm just salivating. I'm like, that bull sounds delicious.
He sounds delicious. We're in New Mexican beef country over here. So it's like the energy needs to be put to work in a thoughtful, methodical way. The bull is choosing to eat the food that nourishes it,
It
that
needs
it
to be
knows.
cautious. The words are cautious,
Yeah.
but fearless.
Cautious but fearless
And how do
in
you reconcile those two?
and what
Right?
works.
Yeah.
So it's a fixed earth sign.
Yeah.
Fixed energy, we're both fixed. Fixed fire, fixed air. Fixed earth signs that kind of tend to work with what's already historically been
Set up,
effective.
right? Like that continues traditions.
That
Continues, which is why Taurus is represented by the card, the tarot card, the Hierophant.
and it seems like that doesn't make any sense because we're talking about pleasure.
We're talking about food and drink.
It's
And
food and
pleasure
drink,
grapes, and yeah,
But here we have these two figures.
that's us.
That's us.
Obviously.
And talking to and learning lessons from the history that has been working, the structure that has been working.
What's tried and true?
What is tried and true?
What do we know will work, right?
Right.
For an investment, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not crypto. Maybe not,
or
maybe crypto.
or maybe what's been working for you. So this is like the energy of like, it's a conservative energy based on risk assessment and what is proven to be working for the energy. It's not necessarily an eccentric energy or a revolutionary energy. It's what works.
Right, but Uranus is in Taurus, and
Ding,
that
ding, ding.
is revolutionary energy.
Yeah.
That is upsetting the apple cart. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about aspects, but I'll say that for this new moon on May 7th or 8th, we will have a conjunction between, Venus is in Taurus at 10 degrees. The sun and the moon will be at 18 degrees. Uranus is still there at 22 degrees, and then Jupiter is moving on into Gemini at the end of this month, but for now it's at 25 degrees Taurus. So we're still feeling that Uranus and Jupiter conjunction of last month. We're still feeling the solar eclipse of a month ago. Definitely, and we will be feeling that for up to 6 months after.
But what I like about this moon is that there's not a lot of chaos going on for this moon, for this lunation. And Venus is in Taurus. Venus rules Taurus, so it's adding this like sweetness and this power and this loveliness, this kind of like creme fraiche on top of the tortilla.
I hope so.
It's like, but it's like, okay, so personally, because the moon is like a personal planet, a personal illumination, and how are we personally in private successful in nourishing ourselves? What is proven to be nourishing, and how can that help us
And
going
it
forward?
can't happen without taking the action. And the action can't be loaded with, what if it doesn't work? With all this fear. The action just has to be taken. We have to mentally decapitate ourselves and just do it. Just do the action. And not anticipate what might come from the action. Just do it. Right?
Right. Well, knowing that the action has expected outcomes and trusting that.
Mars has moved into Aries, and now if you're one of the cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, you might feel a boost of power now, right?
It is a fire year too.
It is a fire. And Taurian energy is very slow, very steady, but at some point this month, everything's changing fast, right? We're moving from fixed sign energy into mutable energy. And at some point this month, 5 planets are going to hang out at the anaretic degree of their sign, 29 degrees. So Neptune will be at 29 degrees Pisces from early May till the end of August, and then it moves on. Jupiter will be at 29 degrees Taurus from the 21st to the 25th of May, and then it moves into Gemini. And I think we're going to do a separate video for Jupiter moving into Gemini, what that represents for each sign. Venus will be at 29 degrees Taurus on the 23rd of May, and then it will move forward. Okay, the Sun will be at 29 degrees Taurus on the 20th, and then Mercury will be at 29 degrees Aries on the 14th before it moves on. The anaretic degree, that last degree of each sign, it's thought that brings forth a negative expression of that sign.
Right.
So look for maybe people acting maybe not in the best intention, maybe lower expression,
Yeah.
maybe be ready for that. And I'm just saying that it's good to get secure with yourself at this moon before we ascend. We can't really ascend until we're very secure and stable, right?
Right, which is one of the really beautiful things about this moon, because I see that it has to do with,
it's a super moon.
it's
again.
super,
Yeah.
whatever.
I know.
But it has to do with personal choices, personal values, and it's a real personal, private energy on like how are you taking care of yourself.
That's right.
You know, we can share, a meal with each other and we can both enjoy it, but, it's doing something in your body and it's doing something to you and it has meaning to you. Like egg sandwich has meaning to me in a way that is different from Mike or someone else, or egg sandwich or, dessert or water.
I could take it or leave it.
Take it or
It's
leave
true.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's got that really important choice.
Right.
Like what can you out there do to help you? And once you are
Cautious fearlessness. Go with what you know. Go with what is tried and true. Know that wants, cravings, desires, that pushes away from it. But belief and gratitude, right? And faith in your expectations, realistic expectations, right? We watched Cinderella yesterday.
So we're doing the astrology. We're talking about, literally talking about this. And Cinderella, 1950 came on.
Yeah.
And it was
Cinderella, followed by Tales of the Dark Side. And in both programs, we heard the expression, wishes can come true. And I'm like, oh my God, Tales from the Dark Side and Cinderella have the same message today.
Yeah.
Wishes can come true, but I think keep it realistic, right?
Right.
And to know that it's already there if it's something that
if you
deserve, that you should have.
Yeah, if you set yourself up with a wish that is attainable, it reinforces good feelings within yourself. And it's like, hey, that happened. I made that miracle happen. And it can be a small thing.
Isn't
then
that nice?
And then that builds confidence, and then you can go further and push yourself up and then help other people and just kind of bring everyone up around you as we all feel nourished and satisfied within ourselves.
Very good.
Yeah.
I think though for many of us we're past this eclipse energy, this Jupiter Uranus conjunction, and we feel somehow changed. Like, do you feel changed?
I feel changed. I feel a little different.
Do you?
Yeah, well, I have I think at this point, since 2020, now things are kind of clearer, and I've tried a lot of different options and variations, and I feel a little bit more clear in kind of what I need to do to support myself.
Right. There's a bit of a more self-motivation feeling.
Yeah.
Or a feeling where we can teach ourselves, or we don't need to react the way that we've always reacted.
Right.
That we're beyond that. We're just like...
Yeah. And, actually, I think I hate to say that we were right, but I think we were right since the Mercury has gone forward. Things are a little bit clearer. That Mercury retrograde right after the eclipse was a little muddy.
For weeks,
confusing.
it was like, just wait and see. Don't judge anything yet. Just wait and see.
Wait and see. But now I feel like the energy is a little clearer.
Yeah, but, planets are always going retrograde. That's nothing to fear, nothing to, it's just something to work with. Something to know, all right, maybe less forward action, more internal work.
Trust your inner pope.
Taurus is ruled by Venus. And it's Venus. Not, Mars is the planet of sex, but Venus is the planet of seduction.
Right. Different.
Yeah, very different.
Venus is
quieter, it's cautious, it's beautiful though. Beauty.
Yeah.
Tons of beauty. And get into nature.
Right.
For God's sake, if there is a God, get
into nature.
Get into nature and feel nature. Let nature envelop you. Let it hug you. That's the best thing to do right now, is to ground. And if we can't really ground here because there are too many thorns in the ground. But we can put our hands in the dirt.
We can put some gloves on and put it in the dirt.
Yeah.
We can get into the mud. Also, Venus's metal is copper. And Mars is iron. So copper, it conducts electricity, it changes color, it goes from, this golden orange into a green. It's malleable. So I think if you're feeling a little stuck in Taurus, just also besides grounding, find a little piece of copper, and just say a little prayer to Venus.
Right.
Look for her in the sky.
Right.
And just help kind of like what is it? What's my value? Where's my treasure?
Hang on those personal values. If the material stuff is triggering in any way, from integrity, awareness, adaptability, leadership. Qualities. I just want to read this little little paragraph from our astrology book here. The principal characteristics of desirable nature for cultivation for Taurus are expressed as trustworthy, steady, persevering, enduring, persistent, composed, self-reliant, constructive, practical, humorous, kindly, sympathetic, magnetic, careful, and fearless. Now those two words back to back.
Right, careful and fearless.
The principal characteristics for correction.
This is
For correction are denoted by these words. Stubborn as a bull in a china shop, unyielding, domineering, exacting, obstructive, stolid, brusque, dogmatic, conceited, self-centered, covetous, amorous, and lazy.
Yes.
It is said that their accusers are seldom forgiven and that they retain the memory of an injury for a long time, yet they're very patient and forbearing.
Yeah.
I know so many Taurians.
I know so many. All your friends are Taurians.
All of them are.
Mike and the Tauruses.
And in a way, I can't stand the sign. I'm like,
No.
But that's because I'm a fixed sign
them.
too, and I recognize what resembles my nature in what they're doing. That's just how life works. Yeah. Are we going to pick out?
I think let's pick 3. Mm-hmm. Let's pick 3 cards, and we'll show the back to everybody out there, and you can pick 1, 2, 3. Okay. As a little advice card on how to get back in tune with our personal values, our treasure, our choices on how we nourish ourselves, what we put in our mouth, and taste.
Answers lie
here. Okay. All right, don't look, Mike. 1,
2,
and 3. 1, 2, 3.
Happy Cinco de Mayo, by the way.
Oh my gosh, happy Cinco de Mayo.
This is the 5th of May. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Okay, happy Cinco de Mayo.
This is 1?
No, this is 1.
Okay.
This is 2. This is 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Everybody out there got it? Numero 1. King of Cups. Is that what you picked? Mm-hmm. Okay, so here we have self-control, emotional stability. This figure, he is the king of emotions. He is mysteriously floating on a stone island in the middle of the lagoon, which I think is
stone throne that's just magically floating.
Yeah, I feel like it's Venice, and this is him in Venice. In control of their emotions, really a trustworthy figure that people can come to and rely on sage advice.
Mm-hmm. Because, very approachable.
Yeah, very approachable because they have the confidence in their emotional space. Ooh, the Lovers.
Did you pick that?
I picked that.
Oh, okay.
I'm blushing. Mm-hmm. Relationships, the Lovers, Venusian. This is Venus. This is love. This is the people in our life and the people we're about to meet and how they help us and lift us up. This is the value of interpersonal communication. This is the value of egolessness and a union based on helpfulness and karmic integrity. Ooh.
Okay, third card.
5. Okay, so the Hierophant is 5. So this one is a tricky card. I love this card, the Five of Coins. You see these figures.
They're living in want.
They're out in the cold. Why? Because they're wanted. They want the gold. Or they want the coins.
They're very poor. They're suffering. They can go into the church. They can ask for help.
Right.
They can go enjoy the warmth that's coming through the stained glass. When they can do that. This card can sometimes represent delayed pleasure. Doing it the hard way now, knowing that things will get easier after. That your ride will be easier for you later.
Right. It's the penitent. It's the energy of not just doing it the hard way, but finding value in struggle. Not necessarily, going in and finding the easy cash, but working at it hard, doing the hard slog through the snow to find the value. But on the other end of thing, it's also about charity and helping those in need and opening the doors to the less fortunate. So it's an interesting card where it goes from, kind of poverty to a certain type of wealth, which has to do with independence of personal values, coins, but also money and making your own money, making your own way in the world.
Yeah. There we have it.
1, 2, 3. So here we go. For our Taurus new moon, here's our little card story here. I love it.
Seeds of expansion, wealth and abundance.
Yeah.
And true to your values.
True to your values, planting seeds that will grow into something that you can eat.
Yes, without micromanaging the outcome.
No, you can't micromanage the outcome. You have to trust.
Just like plant for the sake of planting. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Just don't do it.
We did a little
We just put a ton of seeds.
Yeah.
I have no idea if anything's going to grow.
Oh, no, it will. It will. No, it will. Yes. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, and look forward to. Oh, and please let us know what you're going through with your energy. The solar eclipse, the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. It's been a bumpy time. This is a time that everyone needs to just take a little breather, get secure, because everything's going to change again in just a minute too. But it's not going to be, hopefully for everyone, as bumpy as it's been.
No.
April was our big month.
April was the biggest month.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so we thank you very kindly for your thoughts, your subscription, your likes and comments. And we'll see you next video.
Bye.
Bye.